Q and Murr join Sal in Loserville with the toughest tests yet to come. Now we've got ourselves a four-way tie for last, and it all comes down to our final challenge. We've got ourselves a barn burner, thanks to a four-loser pileup in last place. Shocking absolutely no one, Sal's our loser du jour. And now it's time for the other guys to make him pay for his failure. And now he's one step closer to paying the price. Sal's in last for now, but it ain't over yet. Murr can still catch him if he tanks it in the final challenge. When it comes to losing, Sal's the champ, and now he's got to pay up. Sal is off to a crappy start. 0 for 2. Murr is catching up to Sal in the humiliating race for last place. Tonight's loser is Sal, and now it's time for him to pay up. So far, Q and Joe have each dropped a deuce, but who will be supreme king of the losers? That's 3 losses for Joe, vis-a-vis 2 for Q and Murr. Joe, Q, and Murr got owned on the car lot, which means Joe is the biggest loser. Joe, Murr, and Sal are all hanging at Loser Central, and whoever loses the most has to expose a shameful secret. Sal found himself a nice little place. Last place. Joe, Murr, and Sal couldn't cut the line, making Sal tonight's big loser. Murr is 2 in the hole and on the fast track to loserdom. For Sal, the pharmacy was a prescription for failure. But can he beat out Murr for dead last? Murr is tonight's big loser. So now, he'll get hung out to dry. After blowing at the buffet, Joe has 2 losses on his plate, while Q the quitter weighs in with 1. That's trace losses for Jose, and we're just moments away from crowning the king of the losers. Even with Q's loss, Joe is tonight's big loser. Q is on the ropes early, but Sal is showing symptoms of loser fever. That's 3 challenges down. Who will be tonight's big loser? For Q, that was fail number 4, making him tonight's big loser. Q's loss puts him on top of the loser list. Is he in line for utter humiliation? With a tie, it all comes down to the final challenge. Murr derails at the train station, and that makes him tonight's big loser. Sal couldn't close the deal. Now he's on the loser board. Joe got burned at the beach, tying Sal with 1 loss apiece. Looks like Q won't be making the bestseller list. So it was Q who really took a licking at the jewelry store, and that makes him tonight's big loser. Sal is the only one anyone will admit to knowing, making it a 3-way tie on the loser board. That loss drives Murr straight to the bottom of the pack. The guys had Sal's number on that one, but Murr is still in the lead on the loser board. Murr didn't make the cut at the salon, and that makes him tonight's big loser. With no losses in the deli, Joe is in a real pickle. Murr sampled the bitter taste of failure, making it a 2-way tie for last as they head into the final challenge. Joe choked at the CPR class, and now he's in critical condition because he is tonight's big loser. So it's Q and Murr that got bit at the puppy store. Q has nothing to cheer about now that he's been left alone in last place. Murr flopped on Broadway, and that gives us a 2-way tie for last. Sorry, Murr, you're in the lead for last. Joe was off his game on that one, but Murr is still tonight's big loser. Sal really aided on that challenge, putting him in a tie for last. Joe racks up another loss. You know Joe. He's tonight's big loser. Sal and Murr both make out with a win. With that, Q and Sal have losses up the wazoo. Q was less than picture perfect on that one. That's right, Murr. It's settled. Q is tonight's big loser. Party's over, Murr. You are on the loser board. Sal now knows what it's like to be on the loser board. So Joe is big loser on campus, and we've got a 3-way tie. So Q goes down, giving us a 4-way tie.